what is the essence of the demonstration that happened against Mike Ozekhome. And I dare to say that this must be recorded in the annals of history as one of, the aftermath of that demonstration. Because now we are having a critical discussion about the kind of rot that has left this country stagnant and that has relegated the hope of the common man.
If the NBA president was here, all right, so I don't know his name. I mean, the NBA president of Ikeja, chairman, I beg your pardon, Ikeja branch. Okay, Mr. Ogunlana, I would have asked him why they felt Gani Fahimi should be celebrated. Was Fahimism created because Gani stood out? Was it to celebrate his ideology? Right? And if it was to celebrate his ideology, what he stood for, then does that mean every person, because from Gani's gatesman to Gani's caterer to Gani's family, everyone, irrespective of their ideology, does it mean the podium should be reserved for them? Because someone mentioned that Mike Ozekhome, whatever he calls himself, worked with Gani. If he worked with Gani, does that mean he has the leverage to be on the podium where Gani Fahimi is celebrated, even if he had derailed from what Gani stood for? The people that asked, that wanted to prevent Mike from gaining entry into the venue, they were working and they were demonstrating within the ambit of the law. Because I did not see anyone with a cutlass, and neither did I see anyone with a shovel. Right? If we had seen anyone with a cutlass, we would have felt, okay, this person was going to cut Mike, and the person with the shovel was going to bury Mike. But everyone was demonstrating, and in fact, Mike also demonstrated. Right? And because Mike demonstrated, then we have to also criticize Mike too. A state government wherein houses are being demolished, people are being chased out of their homes. As I speak, my house has a borehole. I stay in Badagry. The next compound has a borehole. The next one has a borehole. This place, I'm sure you are running on borehole. The Lagos state government, the richest after Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned, cannot provide potable water. Is that government supposed to be on the podium, supposed to make a statue of Fela Kuti? Are we not thinking that the same Fela Kuti that no corrupt person, no government dare go near, are now celebrating them in such a way that they are making the unconscious youth to feel, well, probably if Fela was alive too, Fela will have associated with so person. The same thing is playing out with Fahimiism. What does Gani stand for? Is it in consonance with what Mike stands for or any other person? Why should so person be on the same podium where Gani Fahimi is being celebrated?
The Fela Durotoyes of this world, they will just come up with the 3 Ds of success and 3 Ps of success, and because they can rouse the crowd, they think they are already activists. Oratory in fact, there should be a clear distinction between these two things. When Rochas Okorocha came out the first time, perfect orator, but we can see, in fact, he's just erecting statues everywhere. In fact, for saying this, he might start erecting my own statue now. I'm not surprised if by tomorrow I find my statue in Imo State. So we have gotten to that stage in our political system, in our socio-political system, where we have to distinguish between fighting for yourself, fighting for survival, fighting with the people. You don't fight for people, you fight with the people. That is the idea that we must continue to propagate.
What is happening right now? You see these demonstrations against people like Mike Ozekhome coming to pollute the judiciary is in order and must be continued. Because I do recall, sometime last year, when Saraki was, alleged at the CCT of about more than 21 different charges. And in one day, all the charges were dropped. There were no demonstrations across the country to say that this is wrong and must be faulted. What happened next will shock you, because it was the NBA that organized an award ceremony for Saraki last year.
For winning all those legal battles and conspiracies.
Now, that is enough signal of the kind of decadence that we have right now. It is very sad, because the judiciary is supposed to be the last hope of the common man. If those who are supposed to represent the common people are now fronting the corruption, agenda, we must question it. So if we are saying that people like Mike Ozekhome, having represented corrupt politicians very proudly, even on national television, should not come to bastardize the judiciary, then it is in order and it is very right.
Personally, I have nothing against the leadership. All we are saying is you cannot have your foot in both camps. You have right to be a turncoat. I know someone who worked directly with Gani Fawemi and later became a lawyer for Tompolos of this world in Niger Delta. Will it be right for that person to still say he's an activist?
No.
So when you're dragging yourself up by your own bootstraps, it must be to distinction. Look at the politics that have greeted Sanship today. My interest is in criminal law, not because this NSAS that we did about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I'm telling you authoritatively, that agitation was successful. There's no week that I don't have cause to go to, whether Elewe run in Abeokuta or Ikeja here, SARS. Those guys are civil now. I witnessed where a lawyer was given a sledgehammer slap at Zone 2 Onikon, and NBA could not do anything. So what are you telling me? So the only thing for people to now feel that, ID is a lawyer, is for me to have one Lexus and put NBA sticker in front and back. Is that what we are talking about?
Thank you so much, Barrister.
At the University of Lagos, because this will soon go viral, so I wouldn't want to name names. But let me mention the name of my then head of chamber, Khalifa Student Chambers, Lord Henry. We were approached by some students that Chief Bode George needed a kind of image laundry. They offered us money, millions of naira. As young as we were, as poverty-stricken as we were, as impecunious as we were, we resisted that attractive temptation. So it is on that basis that I agree with Afar Prof that the organizers of the 14th Faweminism, they have questions to answer. So I've invited the minister.
You can't say that it's every time you have to do things within the ambit of civility. That day, that thing that they did that day was totally justified, because if nothing was done, things like that will continue to be occur, and we don't want such things to continue to happen. That day, as Comrade said, it's sending the signal to others. People that have done that the likes of Ozekhome will not ever want to come to that such garden again. So that's just my own stance. That Ozekhome and his likes should stay away, far from the legacy of
thank you so much. Let's make it 30 seconds now. Femi Adeye.
30 seconds.
Yes, you will not. No. I have a question actually. I know you have something to say. You added to it. But what I want to say is this. I know Femi wants to react to something quickly. Femi, despite all your actions that day, Ozekhome had ovation and also got an award. You didn't get anything out of it. Are you indicting NBA?
Yeah, very correctly, we should understand that the fact that NBA could still get our statements from HANSA, because I'm the National Secretary of HANSA, I drafted the letter with my coordinator, that they could get that letter and not react to it and obey what we're saying is an insult to what we represent. So I think, as you said, they have questions to answer. That's by, please let me, okay, to the award, we understand. Anybody can get any award.
Anybody can make any plaque.
Anybody can make any plaque. When you get to Yaba over there, I'll just make a plaque. You know how NANS they go about.
No, but there's a way to acknowledge your demonstration by saying, okay, even though we have something to present, but because of this demonstration,
it was booed
morally
throughout.
It becomes unnecessary anymore.
But
they still went ahead.
For 30 minutes of his speech, he was trying to defend himself. Normally, Ozekhome would have walked into that hall, delivering his speech in hall with all how do I put it? Yes, he would have done. Thank you for that. I will return that grammar later to that word. Because that he would have done all that, but for 30 minutes he was trying to get himself. He was just defending himself. Wow. He even lied. He resorted into lying by saying he's defending some students, but he's just being silent about it. I make bold to tell you today that as the National Secretary of Alliance of Nigerian Students Against Neoliberal Attacks, we know the full number, the total number of student activists who have been expelled, rusticated, victimized across the nation. So you can't tell me you know anybody that I don't know. That is a lie. You don't come to our own meeting to tell us that. That's by the way. But let me react. I want to react to the method. You know, people have been saying. You said something. My brother said something. There are times when you do some things that are out of the civility and all that. I want to maintain that everything we did that day was within the ambit of civility. We have in the US where the vice president would talk. In fact, it happened just last year, and students staged a walkout. Everyone stood up and they left the hall. That is a way. So you don't dictate how the oppressed people, the method, how they would resist their oppressor. You don't dictate it. I'm doing this not because I'm saying this not to convince anybody out there.
So Ozekhome is the oppressor now?
Yes, he is. He is. The defender of the oppressor is an oppressor. It's as simple as that. You can't be the enemy of my enemy and be my friend. Sorry, you can't be the friend of my enemy and be my friend. You can only be the enemy of my enemy. That's minus times minus. You become plus. That is mathematics for you. So what we are saying here is that if at this same Ozekhome, we had just today that he went to during an election in Edo. In 2007 election, he hijacked ballot box. This was Ozekhome that you people are trying to say we are booing. That people are saying we are not being civil. Now show me the civility in booing somebody and hijacking ballot box.
Which one is worse?
Which one is worse? In this case, so you don't dictate the method we use to resist.
When you feel an election was going to be rigged, you could just take the ballot.
And what do you now call it? what then do we call it? In fact, the only regret I have in the whole thing is that the headline would have been students beat up Ozekhome.
Which is
that would
going to happen soon.
Yes. But booing, in fact, downplayed the whole thing.
I will not moderate that one. Let's pass the mic to the next one.
Ọgbọ́n fún wa gbowó millions of wa gbà. What if you die? If I want to die, I want to know what I want to die for. How much you not go on? They kiss you up and they kiss you up and they set it up. They set Shima. Did Shima die? When they had an accident, when they called them, I was there and I almost go. Shima.
So, are you simply asking Ozekhome to drop these cases and become born again? Is that what you're asking?
See, Ozekhome cannot come to Apple again.
But if he drops these cases,
see, forget it. See, he cannot draw. The Leopard cannot say his name.
What if he drops?
He cannot draw. Bros, do you know what it takes to be a millionaire? Live a luxurious life. He cannot change. He cannot.
I think the issue is about him.
All right. Let me come to you in closing. In closing, what do you have to say? We have, all of us have said one thing or other about that action. What do you have to say in closing? For audience to take.
Well. I think that for all of us that are here, I think we all have a common ground, which is that it seems, or no, it doesn't seem. It's apparent that the Nigerian masses are tired of the status quo. But then, let us all agree that while we struggle for a new Nigeria, we tolerate other people's opinions, because out of such tolerance, we can have more robust ideas, more reasonable, more accommodating views, and then we can evolve a policy and of course there's always a room for the corrupt people in society. So there's never a perfect society. If there was a perfect society, that would be a utopia. And
thank you so much, and we have come to the end of the program today. Thank you so much. Keep it up. Yeah, my name is Ozekhome once again, and this is Citizens Camp. Thank you so much, everybody, and then we come another time with another episode talking about another topic apparently. So thank you so much. Don't go away. Stay tuned to this channel. Click like, follow up, and then share this video so that I can trend.